It's time for Declare Your Independence with Ernest Hancock.
Welcome back to Declare Your Independence with me, Ernest Hancock, here on Declare Your Independence with me. And I have Ethan Lee Vita on. He's been Liberty on tour, going around the country hitchhiking, and he came by Phoenix here, it was probably a month or two ago, and we got to visit with him and so on. And he's helping with Agora Valley at Porcfest 2011. Now, what I did is I went ahead and put up some more pickup here from Porcfest from last year. You'll see this group shot we got of put Marv, the Liberty on Tour bus out as they were, spray painting them.
I actually helped with that.
Yeah, that sounds good. And then, a lot of different flags and so on. Here's another picture of that. And it's really a very enjoyable, relaxed camping trip in a very nice campground that's, well taken care of. The people took care of each other and their property and their kids and had plenty of goodies out there for sale and barter and a lot of information. You have another group out there that is, what do they call themselves? They always go to the Liberty Forum and have their own anarchist little group, and they had a tent out there where they had a lot of different anarchist material for people to be able to get educated. And so
that would be Alt Expo's Shio Egoist.
Alt Expo. Right, Alt Expo. I remember that. Now, this is...
Shio Egoist is the other name they commonly go by.
I'm sorry, they go by what?
Shio Egoist.
Shire Agorist. Now, this is, I'm really impressed with just what has happened spontaneously. Now, you're talking about the Free State Project as being kind of the parent of this thing. Are they involved with Porcfest in kind of a micromanaging way? Is it part of Free State Project, or does it have kind of its own flavor?
It kind of has its own flavor compared to the rest of the FSP, but the FSP is definitely the one that put on the show. However, they tend to take a hands-off approach. They provide different events, and a lot of times they'll people stand up and do their own events. Agora Valley started because Curtis started doing it of his own accord, and now that he's the chief organizer, it can get more influence and build larger, but it was completely a spontaneous order thing based off of Curtis's own idea.
So now we have the Free State Project is still underway. We have Free Keen project that's going on around Free Talk Live, the network that we're on now, LRN.FM. A lot of the people listening now are certainly going to be there or at least know about it. And we have a lot of advertising for it and so on the program. So Free State Project, the idea that they can get a lot of libertarian-oriented people to move to New Hampshire, how's that going? What kind of update can you give us?
I tend not to be so much involved in FSP, but it is growing. Each of the communities, whether it's Keene or Grafton or Manchester, is growing by leaps and bounds in the last year. I mean, if you were to compare it to 12 months ago, it would be a huge growth by all of them. Grafton is very big on the agorism. They're building up Grafton Gulch, which is going to be like a sort of a convenience store type idea, which doesn't obey the state. It's been built completely by agorist construction methods. Manchester tends to be more political, but they've got a very strong growing agorist crew as well. And then, of course, Keene is well known for its civil disobedience, and that has definitely affected its agorism, and it tends to be much more open and civil disobedient in its agorism.
Well, they're looking for a fight to have. But, one of the other things that I'm interested in is when you have a convenience store or a corner market or something that says, you know what, we're just going to put goodies on the shelf and we'll start, trading in silver dimes or something. And I'm going, okay, and the local government says what?
So the local government has attempted to harass Balsky over a few times. However, it's still moving on. They haven't really used too much force like you wouldn't find in a larger community. That's why Grafton is perfect for it. It's a rural area. There's only one cop. They know him by his first name, and now there's a libertarian wanting to replace him. So it's really on the up and up there.
Very cool. Well, I'd like to be kept informed of what happens there. But, there's...
Grafton.com.
I'm sorry, say it again.
freegrafton.com.
Freegrafton.com?
Yeah.
Now, what I want to make sure that we understand is that the move by people to go to New Hampshire generally is coming from what kind of person? Are they libertarian? Or are they just starting, they're out of a job somewhere and there's heard that there might be an opportunity or free people. I can just go camp out on the Lone Prairie and survive the winter and thrive in the summer? Or, what kind of people? How old are they? Are they bringing their families? What's been injected into New Hampshire?
Really, there's a little bit of everything. You've got, the young people like myself. I came out of there with barely anything, and I've been doing my best I can. Then there's others, the Mozingas, because of Free Talk Live, came up with their family. There's a lot of families out in Manchester just because it tends to be the more economic powerhouse finding a job. Lawyers Lance Weber, a well-known libertarian lawyer, came out because of the couch incident, I believe, and he's well-established, and now he's working with Vermont Group for human rights and such. You can really find a little bit of anything. You've got Christian anarchists, you've got the atheist anarchists, you've got the wealthy, you've got the poor. It's a wide spectrum, just people that love liberty.
We'll talk about the couch incident a little bit. That was one of the early things that got the attention of people that moved to Keene. Can you give some history on that?
Well, Ian has had some tenants that had a couch on the lawn. From what I understand, this was several years ago. There was a complaint about it breaking some city ordinance. Originally, we thought it was a neighbor, and Ian kept appealing to, why don't the neighbor just talk to me? We'll resolve this like neighbors, nice civil discourse, and we can go our ways without using the force of the government. I believe eventually it turned out that it was a government agent that fired the complaint, not a neighbor. Eventually it escalated because of a situation with Judge Book and Ian not sitting fast enough, which resulted in a popular video of Book yelling at Ian and him being given contempt of charge and put in for 90 days plus the 3 for the complaint.
Has he started serving that yet?
That was done immediately, and I believe after that weekend, he apologized to the judge or some such and was let out.
Well, he's, up for some trouble again, isn't he?
He was on curfew for quite some time. The city said he was a bad boy and put him on curfew from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. But that's off now.
Curfew. It seems to me that the state is resisting. What's the mood of the residents that live there? What side are they taking? It's
really hard to tell. You mostly see the vocal arguments in the newspaper, but that's a small minority.
Well, I'm looking to see how this turns out, but Porcfest is something different.
We've also got locals that were big fans of us and support us. So you've got your locals that oppose it and your locals that support it. Just like any group of people, you're going to have lovers and haters.
Porcfest is different, though. Porcfest is just a party of those in support. It's just a camping trip. It's a very relaxing, well-organized, unorganized, which is what makes it organized.
To learn from, too.
It's self-organized, and there's an opportunity for you to meet the people that are actually living there and making a life for themselves. It's an opportunity. I think you should take advantage of it. Go ahead and just Google Porcfest 2011, and it'll come up all over the place. Hey, thanks for... Well, go ahead and hold on to the next segment.
Okay.